We're back here. We're getting ready for Game 2 of the Silver Boot Series. Astros taking Game 1 with the manager, Joe Espada. And you'll tell me, as you've told me many times, long season, long way to go. But do you guys give yourselves a moment to celebrate things like 500, first in the division?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we did. I think we took a minute and we celebrated as a club. You know, the Silver Boot will stay here. But also, you know, we got to 500. We're in first place. And we've been fighting to get there. Now it's time to, you know, focus on what's next, which is to stay in first place and continue to play well.
Offense playing real well last night. How do y'all keep that up?
We just got to get good at bats. Another tough competitor in DeGrom. Good at bats in the past. We got some really good approach against him, so we got to keep it up.
Blanco said he's felt good through those first two. Is there something else that you want to see from him tonight?
Yeah, it's just a change-up down under against left-handed hitters. The lefties had given him a tough time here, but he had made some adjustments. Just, you know, he's a strike thrower. He's going to need all his pitches tonight.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to Joe and the Astros getting ready for Game 2. We have more coming up, including first pitch from Dyken Park on this Saturday night.
Welcome back to Dyken Park. Another big crowd is gathering on this Saturday night. Last night they had over 36,600 for an opening win against the Rangers, plus a fireworks show to follow on Friday nights, as they normally do here at Dyken Park. Maybe the low point of the season for the Astros was coming out of the All-Star break when they lost 3 in a row to the Baltimore Orioles, and they did not play very good fundamental baseball. And right after that series, in our All In All the Time presented by Daily and Black, Jeremy Pena said, we're at a point in the season now where we need to start getting results. That was followed up by just one day later, Yordan Alvarez striking out in a key spot against the Marlins. And rather than just give up his at-bat, it was Yordan, who is the best hitter on the planet, showing, you know what, I can hustle as well. And the Astros didn't always play great fundamental hustling baseball against the Orioles, and that led to a 3-run home run by Isaac Paredes. And Blummer, since that Orioles series, the Astros have won 9 out of 10 and moved into first place.
Yeah, you get that kind of leadership, you expect big things to happen, and they kind of came out of the All-Star break expected to beat the Orioles, and they took it to them in that sweep. But they have been a completely different ball club since that series against Baltimore, going out with a little more intent. But if you see a guy like Yordan Alvarez hustling, that relates to everybody in that clubhouse and says, if he can do it, I should do it. And here's who they're going to be matching up against. The Texas Rangers lineup. It's going to have Corey Seager back in it for the second game after coming off the injured list with a calf strain. He came back, went 2 for 3 in yesterday's game, raising his average to 189, believe it or not. A tough season for him, but against Houston, he has 10 career home runs.
Ronel Blanco getting his 3rd start of the season, the 48th of his career. See what Ronel has done so far in 2 starts this year. It's been walks leading into 2-run home runs that have been problematic for Ronel Blanco. He's given up 8 of his 9 runs on a 2-run home run. He has all 4 walks that has scored against him as well while he's been in the game, and then he's finished off both starts with a walk that did not score. He's going to try to improve that, especially against lefties, where he has walked all 6 of his batters this year versus left-hand hitters. You heard Joe Espada mention looking for that changeup to improve tonight against lefties. Ready to go on a Saturday night. It's the first place Astros. We haven't said that since the beginning of the season, going against the Rangers. And we are underway with a fastball up and away for ball 1. .1-0 pitch is a little bit down for a ball. It's 2-0. Jock Peterson hitting a home run last night after walking his first 2 times. Hitting his 20th home run of the year, 7th time in his career with 20 or more home runs. Little half swing, and that's trouble. It's going to stay fair, and Isaac Paredes can do nothing but field the ground ball, and that's going to be an infield hit for Jock Peterson. An excuse-me base hit to start this game.
That was a rope down the third baseline, if you ask Jock. But on our matches from Supermo, you can see that wasn't even qualified for a check swing, but it's put in play perfectly away from Isaac down that third baseline for a leadoff hit. Come off the bat at 63 miles an hour.
Now here's Wyatt Langford. Langford hits the ball sharply, but just fouled down the left field line, and it's 0-1. Couple of times on the IL for Wyatt this year, hamstring injury. That pitch is up. It's 1-1. So game number 59 on the year for Langford. Rangers playing game number 111 on the season. They're 55-55, having lost 3 straight. They've dropped the final 2 games in Tampa Bay and then the first game here in Houston. They did not have the off day on Thursday like the Astros did, getting ready for this weekend series. Langford 3 for 7 on this trip. He skies one foul down the left field line, and the count evens at 2 apiece. Pitch missing in, and the count is full on Langford. Rangers have been in first place for most of the month of July, but falling behind the Astros by a half game on the final day of the month. And now the Astros start August in first place as they continue to rotate first place teams in the AL West month to month. This ball popped foul, long run for Paredes, and he can't quite get there. Looks like it may have hit the netting as Isak gives knuckles to a fan there, or a security guard, as he tried to make that play on the pop foul down the line.
Now, he definitely had a beat on it, but did hit the net.
So another 3-2 pitch coming to Langford. Called third strike. Langford tried to draw the walk, threw the bat away, but he's heading back to the dugout with Blanco's first strikeout of the night.
Yeah, that was definitely a strike. Good job by Rennell getting this pitch down in the zone on our UT-MD Anderson strike zone. It catches all of the plate.
Adam Hammery, home plate umpire, top 10 in accuracy according to the ump scorecards. Now the batter Corey Seager, who came off the IL last night. Seager had a good night last night, 2 for 3, and continues to be very aggressive in this series. He has seen 7 pitches. He has swung at 7 pitches. As he misses the fastball there, it's 0-1. First pitch taken by Corey Seager in the first 2 games of the series is off the plate for a ball, 1-1. Seager goes after 48.4% of first pitches. That is the highest total for either team in this series. And the pitch is down. It's 2-1.
48% on the first pitch seems low from Corey. I feel like he swings at every first pitch. We've seen him in a series against the Astros.
Mentioned Langford has been on the IL a couple of times with injuries. Same with Corey Seager. Grounds this one through the hole into right field. Stopping at second is Peterson. And the Rangers have runners on first and second with 1 out. Astros starting defense is presented by Xfinity. Back behind the plate is the guy who has been picking up 4 hits at a clip, and that is Yainer Diaz, getting his 3rd consecutive start. The infield has Isak Paredes and Jeremy Pena on the left side. Jose Altuve and Christian Walker on the right side, with the outfield of Lamont Wade Jr. in left, Taylor Trammell in center. Cam Smith is your right fielder tonight. Well, 2 on, 1 out. And Brandon Nimmo, who celebrates 10 years of service time in the major leagues tonight, will bat for the first time. Congrats to him for getting to that milestone. Loops this one to left. Lamont Wade ambles over near the line and has room to put it away, and that's a big out for out number 2.
Our aerial coverage tonight of our wire cam is brought to you by our partners at Defy.
Now Evan Carter will bat, 2 on and 2 outs. Carter's had a good road trip, 4 for 9. He's had a multi-hit game in his last 3 starts. As he takes a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. 6 lefties in the lineup today for Skip Schumacher, including 3 in a row. Seager, Nimmo, and Carter in the 3, 4, 5 spots. Good pitch on the outside corner as he threw the changeup for a strike. And Rennell ahead of the count, 0-2. That's popped up, shallow left. Can Pena get there? It is a long run, and Jeremy gets there right in front of the sliding Lamont Wade Jr. for a great catch to save 2 potential runs.
Unbelievable. What a hustle effort right here. The fact that he makes this catch at a full-out sprint and avoids contact with Lamont Wade is miraculous.
This Nissan.
Back here at Dyken Park, the Astros starting lineup is going to be presented by Whataburger. How about Christian Walker moving up into that 4th spot for the Astros? He's done a pretty good job. He's got a modest 4-game hitting streak going right now. He's got 5 hits in that time. 2 of them have gone out of the ballpark for the Astros.
They're going to face the veteran right-hander Jacob deGrom, 38 years old, making his 21st start of the season. They've really been backing down on his starts lately since the beginning of July. Only his 4th start. He hasn't been on the IL at any point in July. They just gave him a long break during the All-Star break, and today give him extended rest again as he pitches against the Astros for the 5th consecutive start, getting a longer break than normal as he delivers low to Jeremy Pena. Pena had to cover 116 feet to make that play to end the bottom of the 1st inning, or top of the 1st inning. That was quite a play.
That was a really good play.
See Jeremy's numbers at home. He's got a 1073 OPS here at Dyken Park on the season, as he leads off here against Jacob deGrom. Didn't chase that breaking ball off the plate. It's 2-1. deGrom has gone 6 innings both times he's pitched against the Astros this year, giving up 4 runs on 4 solo home runs in Houston, and then giving up 2 runs back in Arlington. Those were on starts the 16th and 27th of May, within 11 days of each other. Jeremy starts off with a 3-2 count against deGrom. .99. deGrom still has that in the tank.
Definitely does. That slider in the low 90s as well. That was the first fastball that Jeremy's seen in this at bat.
Checked his swing on a pitch down and away. No, he did go too far. Jeremy's going to strike out. That'll be the first out for Jacob deGrom.
The power play is presented by HEB, and here is Jordan. 11 games versus Texas in 2026. These are real numbers. He was on base at a 542 clip. The average over 430. The slugging percentage is 1108. 8 home runs, 14 RBIs, and he has scored 10 runs and has very good numbers against this guy on the mound, Jacob deGrom.
We mentioned deGrom giving up 4 home runs in that game in Houston and a home run in that game at Arlington. Jordan has 1 of each of those. 2 home runs this year against deGrom, 3 in his career. And he's got a 1-1 count here. Jordan yesterday came through with a hit in his first 2 at bats. Gave the Astros a 3-0 lead with a 2 RBI single in the second. And they walked him a couple of times later in the game. Once was intentional. So Jordan was on base 4 times in 5 plate appearances in his first game this weekend against the Rangers. It's got a 2-1 count here. On the ground, glove by DeGrom, and he'll flip it to first. That is out number 2. Jordan bounces back to the pitcher.
99-mile-an-hour heater for DeGrom. But let's check out what he's done against the Astros on our StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. Since 2025, he has been heavy on that slider, mostly to right-handed hitters. But that four-seamer and that changeup have gotten crushed. The slugging percentage against the four-seamer at .683, the changeup at .1500. Wow.
Isaac Paredes takes a strike at the top of the zone. Isaac is a career 0 for 10 against DeGrom. Has never struck out against Jacob, but has put the ball in play 10 times without a hit. Now he's down in the count 0-2. Astros winners of 9 out of 10 and a 5-game winning streak. That was snapped in that last road trip by the White Sox, and since that one loss to the Sox, they have now won 4 in a row. Slider off the plate, 1-2. Mariners just won their game in walk-off fashion 4-3. That snapped a 3-game losing streak for Seattle. Rangers coming in with a 3-game losing streak. The A's have lost 3 in a row, and the Angels have lost 4 in a row. So everybody else in the division, while the Astros have been playing well, has been losing at the same time. Another 1-2 pitch coming to Isaac Paredes. DeGrom has, as we mentioned, pitched twice against the Astros this year. In his last 5 starts against the Astros have won them all.
DeGrom, a consistent 99-mile-an-hour fastball in his first inning. So some of that rest in between starts is paying off for him. A couple of tardy swings.
There's a ball up the middle, and Isaac is now 1 for 11 lifetime against DeGrom. His first career hit against the Ranger right-hander with 2 outs.
Congrats to Isaac for getting that first base hit off DeGrom. Tough pitcher, but he got the barrel ready on that 99. Just pushed it into center field.
That'll bring up Christian Walker. Walker and Isaac went back-to-back with home runs last night. Walker's had just 2 career hits against DeGrom. They've both been home runs. But he's had 24 at-bats, 2 for 24 with 10 strikeouts against this right-hander. He has lost most of the battles against this former Cy Young Award winner. And that one's off the plate. It's 1-1. Christian misses the fastball, and the count goes to 1-2. Christian last night hitting his 22nd home run of the year. On pace for a 30 home run season, which would be the 3rd time in his career he's done that. Hasn't done that since 2023.
That was interesting.
Checking Paredes.
Very. Caught me off guard.
Check swing. To his left, Nicky Lopez makes the play, and they get Walker by a stride to end the inning. Good play by Lopez to end the first. One hit, one left on.
Astros win it.
The Lone Star Series on SCHN is presented by HEB. Here, everything's better. By your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it. Ezekiel Duran leading things off here in the second inning. And he takes a first pitch curveball for a strike, 0-1. Duran back at third base for the Rangers tonight. He's had a good year for them, played a lot of baseball. This is game number 102. The guys in the lineup today, only Brandon Nimmo has played more games than Duran. Jake Berger not in the lineup tonight, leads the team in games played. That pitch off the plate is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball on one big hop. It goes to Isan Paredes, who makes the play on the opposing third baseman for the first out. This is start number 6 for Rennell against the Rangers in his career. So far 2-2 with a 3.10 ERA against Texas. His first 3 appearances against the Rangers in his career were all out of the bullpen. And the pitch home is just below the bottom of the zone. Alejandro Osuna did not get the start in last night's game, was announced as a pinch hitter but never got to the plate because he was lifted once the Astros went to Bennett Sousa out of the pen. So he appeared in the box score without a plate appearance. It's a 1-1 count. Off the end of the bat, cued foul. It's 1-2. Astros with the win last night not only moved over 500 on the season, they evened up their home record at 27-27. They have won 4 straight at home after sweeping the Marlins before the last road trip, and now the first game here against Texas. And who knows how that Lone Star Series is going to play out, but the Astros winning the Lone Star Series with last night's win. There's a strikeout for Rennell. 2 strikeouts for Rennell, and the second out of the inning.
A couple of good change-ups to finish off Osuna. He was way out in front. Location on that, couldn't time that one up. That's that pitch that he's going to need against some of these left-handed hitters to keep him off balance.
Here's Elias Diaz. He goes after the first one. A very aggressive hitter. Strike 1. 2 years ago, when the Astros ended up tied with the Rangers in the American League West at the end of 162 games, the Astros were the champions. And the Rangers had to go through the wild card process because of the head-to-head season series. Last year, the Astros were on the wrong end of a tiebreaker against the Tigers, ending up with the same record as Detroit after 162 games. And the Astros losing the season series to Detroit cost them a playoff spot. This year, Seattle has already clinched a season series against the Astros. The Astros have clinched the season series against the Rangers. And the Rangers have clinched the season series against Seattle. So it's kind of a rock, paper, scissors with one team over the other. Called third strike. Rennell with a 1-2-3 second, getting Elias Diaz looking. Back-to-back Ks to end the inning.
Halloween time and mini.
It falls on Yainer Diaz, who collected 8 hits in his last 2 games. First time in his career he's had back-to-back 4-hit nights, and only the 16th time an Astros done that. Hitting coach Vic Rodriguez told me before today's game he's getting his timing down right now, really coming on now that he's healthy and had a good number of ABs and missed 38 games with that oblique strain. Yainer said a couple nights ago all of his hard work and sacrifices paying off for him today.
Yeah, quite an accomplishment. 16th Astro ever to go back-to-back games with 4 hits. As Yainer hooks one foul here, that
sounds like fun.
That's a lot.
Yeah, you become pretty popular in the dugout when you're getting 4 hits a game.
Moving that average up to 261 after his back-to-back 4-hit games. That average has moved up 28 points in 2 games with 8 hits. Of those previous 15 Astros who had back-to-back 4-hit games or more, just one catcher, John Bateman, back in 1966. So Yainer, the second Astros catcher to accomplish that. This will be at bat number 200 on the season for Yainer. As he goes down on strikes, DeGrom picks up his second strikeout. 1 away in the inning. Jose Altuve fans watching on. Altuve strides to the plate against the guy he has 3 home runs against in his career. 4 for 16 against DeGrom, with 3 of them being home runs as he misses with that first slider. 1-0. Jose batting in the 6th spot tonight. That is a spot he hasn't been down since the pandemic season of 2020. 4 times in that season when he struggled and the team struggled in 2020. He had 6th or lower, 3 times in the 6th spot, once in the 7th spot. Now the first time since that 6 years ago. That's wide, and DeGrom has missed on the first 3 to Altuve. The 3-0 pitch is pop foul and out of play.
DeGrom lives on that outside corner to right-handed hitters. Even if you do get a fastball, it's typically on that outside edge. He'll try and use that fastball and slider on the outside to get you chasing.
Just missed with 99. Altuve draws the walk. Second base runner of the night for the Astros. Now a word from Dairy Queen.
DQ does it all. From the hot to the cold. From the sweet to the bold.
So DeGrom allows his first walk of the night. Now here's Taylor Trammell. 99 missing in, 1-0. Taylor making his 39th start of the year. He's approaching the most at bats he's had in a season. Most ever was in 2021, his rookie year with Seattle. An opportunity lately to play pretty much every day for the Astros. He got hot on that road trip and hasn't left the lineup since.
Yeah, hitting some tanks too.
Played in the last 4 games of the trip, plus the opening game against the Rangers last night. Got under this one and skies it way up there by the rafters. Coming in now is Osuna, as he didn't see that ball initially. Trammell with a bad launch angle hit a high fly ball to right for the second out.
Yeah, he smoked it, but at a 52-degree launch angle makes it a little tough.
Now here's Cam Smith coming off a 2-hit game last night, including a triple off the wall in right field. Cam has struggled against DeGrom, who has thrown him a ton of sliders in their head-to-head matchups. Starts him off with a fastball, and there it is. As Blummer said, a right-hand hitter is going to see that fastball on the outside part of the plate a lot tonight. Altuve started and stopped. Cam floats one into right. Asuno's not going to be able to get there either is Jock Peterson. Altuve to third, and he's going to get there. After the Cam Smith single to right, a little floater off the bat of Cam found some open grass.
First of all, good for Cam. Second of all, great read by Jose Altuve right here. He faked the run, gets out there and realizes that Cam didn't hit that ball a little hard, and used his judgment to get a good jump to be able to get into third base. The hesitation, the recognition, and then the realization that he could go. And really forcing the issue going first to third. The Astros in business on that drop shot.
So now Lamont Wade will bat first and third. Lamont's been pretty good with runners in scoring position, 5 for 15. And he takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. That one up and in.
Altuve got me on that play, TK.
There were 2 outs.
Set me up, man.
Yeah, he did set you up.
I was like, man, nice read. And I'm like, you should have been going the whole time.
He should have been there.
I'm looking around him going, wait a minute.
He should have been there.
Because I went to write it down on my scorebook. I'm like, there's a strikeout and a fly out in here. He could have just broke immediately. I tried to give him some sugar. I'm taking it back.
That ball's a line drive. Base hit to right field. Lamont Wade continues to hit well with runners in scoring position. It's 1-0 Astros. He doesn't have a lot of hits, Blummer. He's got more RBIs than hits. He's come through a lot for the Astros.
Tell you what, we're going to take it too. That was beautiful. He did a good job. This is a changeup center cut, and he just stays back, hits that 91-mile-an-hour changeup to right field on the line. Altuve scores easily, and the speed of Cam gets himself into third base. The Astros do a lot of damage with 2 outs.
This was a 2 outs, runner on first. Rally that started with a flare by Cam and a bullet by Lamont Wade, and now it's Jeremy Pena. Pena had 3 RBIs last night on 3 hits as he misses the first pitch slider 0-1. Try to get him to go out there again. That slider at 93 misses, and the count's 1-1.
There you go, highest OBP with 2 outs and risk. Astros on top. Pretty good lead in that category.
And he got in on Pena with the fastball, and now the count's 1-2. A lot of sliders, a lot of fastballs away. 75% of his pitches to righties are away, which is the highest percentage in baseball. And when he goes in like he just did on Pena, it kind of ties up hitters.
Oh, big time. You just tip your cap on that. DeGrom hasn't hit a batter all season.
There he goes down and away with a slider to get Pena on strikes for the second time tonight. But the Astros on the board, a walk and a couple of hits. It's 1-0 Houston.
This year, he replied with, "We'll see," and then followed up with, "I wouldn't be doing all this work if I didn't think there was a chance." This is significant now because he underwent what was season-ending surgery to repair a tendon in his left ankle back on May 11th. So on August 1st now, he is running, even sprinting, said he's close to 100% when it comes to that, doing everything but hitting. He does have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday where he hopes to get a clearer idea of what's possible for him. So maybe he could start hitting then. We'll definitely be following up with him on that. But guys, he researched, he looked at all the different ways that he could speed up this process. So he is ahead of schedule. And he said with the way the team is playing too, it's motivating him that much more, TK.
Wow.
Yeah, that's incredible news, huh?
We were not expecting a dugout report on Carlos Correa in 2026.
Nope. I was looking forward to next year. But him coming back this season would be incredible. I just wonder what time that doctor's appointment is on Tuesday. Is it at 5:30? Is it at 9:30 in the morning? I mean, you know, I mean, it's a day after the trade deadline, but I'm like, can we get a little, can we move it up maybe to Monday? I don't know, make some phone calls.
Wow, Carlos Correa news on August 1st. How about Nicky Lopez down on strikes? That's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Ronel Blanco. And there's one away in the third.
Yeah, good changeup. He's showing some good feel. It's not exactly the height that he wants it at, but he's getting good arm action. And he's really pulling the string on a lot of these hitters who are making some late decisions or too soon. But this one just beating Nicky late. I think what's interesting about Carlos Correa is what you just said. It's August 1st. It's not September 1st. He has a whole month to figure this thing out. And then if he does figure it out, you have a whole month of Carlos Correa.
Kind of crazy news, unexpected, that Carlos Correa is not quitting on the possibility of 2026. Originally, we were told it was going to be a season-ending injury, but hold that thought at least for now. Here's Jock Peterson, who had a base hit his first time up. And now the count 0-2. That's a really nice changeup.
The arm action is fooling these hitters pretty good. I like the fade and the location on that one on our UTMD Anderson strike zone. Just a little bit down and away off that edge. Little show me heater.
It's nice to see Ronel strand a couple of runners in the first inning, including Peterson after his infield hit. This one hooked to the right side. Altuve waits for it, takes his time, and throws out Peterson for the second out.
Yeah, TK, coming into this game, Ronel was 1 for 27 with a double with nobody on base. But with runners on coming into this game, 5 for 8, 4 of those 5 being home runs.
His 2 starts, he had not left anybody on base.
Oh, man.
In any of his innings that he walked off the mound. There were some guys left on base after he was taken out mid-inning. But he had not, in his 2 starts over 9 complete innings, stranded any runners.
That's crazy.
So everybody who got on against him scored.
Oof.
And they were mostly 2-run home runs. But yeah, the fact that he stranded 2 in the first inning was a good sign. And since then, he's now, you know, locked it in with 7 in a row sent down. Yeah, you look at the runs, you're like, well, 9's a lot of runs. And then you look at the hits.
It doesn't match up.
Doesn't match up. 6 hits allowed over 10 innings and 9 runs scoring. He had 6 walks, 4 of them while he's been on the mound, came in to score. 2 of them that he left as the final batter that he faced did not score. Neither of those inherited runners came around to score. 2-1 pitch is fouled back. The count's 2-2 on Wyatt Langford. So good news all around. It's abounding right now for the Astros. Correa might be coming back. The team is 1-9 out of 10. Ronel in his 3rd start looks as good as we've seen him in his first 2. That pitch is up. It's 3-2. Astros have announced that Peter Lambert is going to work on 4 days rest tomorrow. He'll get the start in the final game of the series.
It's become a little bit of a workhorse.
Really has. That ball hit well, and the Crawford boxes are in play, and that is into the Crawford boxes. Just snuck in over the wall and left. That is likely to be a Crawford box special. Wyatt Langford hits his 13th home run of the year to tie the game at 1.
Yeah, Langford just chopped this one. This is a slider up out over the plate. A couple of pitches have been elevated early in this game. That slider just hanging out there and got hit hard. 348 down the line.
It's So now 9 of the 10 runs allowed by Blanco have been home runs. That was the first solo shot allowed after 4 2-run home runs. Seager goes after the first pitch and skies one to Cam Smith. We're tied at 1 on the Langford home run.
Is it in you?
1-1 bottom of the third. Look who's leading off. Yordan Alvarez, be the MVP in 2026. He is certainly on his way. And today is the 10-year anniversary of the trade for the Dodgers. We have the Vice President of Marketing, Jason Wooden, with us.
Stop laughing at me, Todd.
You've got the bolo tie
So
hat
good.
on.
Yeah, be on the lookout.
What about these?
Yeah, so 10-year anniversary of the tweet that we put out once we acquired Yordan Alvarez. So obviously very, very happy. It's a day to celebrate, August 1st, 2016. But we do have a bobblehead to commemorate that, and it is going fast. The one you have in your hand may be the last one that's available.
These are almost gone.
We could put a price tag on that.
We probably could.
So
if you have friends here, call them. Have them go over to the team store and see if there's some still available.
TK, hold them down.
back when it was
you can
Twitter,
take it.
back when it was Twitter. There's a ball hit hard into the right center field gap. That's going to bounce against the wall. Yordan Alvarez, double number 21, leads the team in that category as well. He's the leadoff base runner here in the third.
This guy's pretty good. He tried to beat him up top. It was 98. Yordan elevates, pulls the hands through nicely. Nice little rocket. Kind of a modest rip into right field for Yordan. Only came off the bat at 102.3, but here we go.
So back on August 1st, 2016, the Astros sent out a tweet at 3:01, back when it was called Twitter, about the Astros acquiring Cuban minor league infield outfielder Yordan Alvarez from the Los Angeles Dodgers in exchange for right-hand pitcher Josh Fields. That tweet is on the bottom as the base for Yordan Alvarez, and you're saying these are almost gone.
These are almost gone. There's a hot item, and we can continue talking about Yordan if we want to.
I mean, we could talk about him all night, right?
There's a good reason to show up at the ballpark when he's playing. He is worth every penny of admission to watch what he's doing.
So we got a big series. It's the Lone Star Series, which the Astros just wrapped up the season series, but obviously it's a battle for first place this weekend.
It is a battle for first place, and we currently have that spot right now.
How about Isak Blummer? Just a little inside out, squibber to the first base side, moving the runner to third.
Not sure that's what the intention was, but we'll take it. He got way out in front of a slider and just nubbed it the other way, moving Yordan 90 feet closer. No, first place, the boot. I mean, things are going right, and it's happening against the right team, but this makes for a nice start to a homestand.
And it's always fun being in this ballpark when the energy is high. You got fans of both sides coming in here. We know this is a heated rivalry. Be able to have that for first place, I don't know if you could ask for anything better in the last series that we have with them.
I'll show up and get a bolo tie cap.
You can
like
show
mine.
up and get a bolo tie cap. Tomorrow, fans, 10,000 fans coming in, get an Astros bolo tie cap. It looks great on Blummer. You can.
I mean, what does?
No, it's true. Very true.
I mean, I've had SpongeBob jerseys on. We've had it all.
We've had
Keep it coming.
sweaters. We got everything.
Yeah, we do.
10,000 fans tomorrow will get that cap. On the side it says "Don't mess with Texas," and it's got the bolo tie in the front, and it's the annual Pilates in the Park tomorrow.
Pilates in the Park. So if you ever thought, what would life be like if you did Pilates in the outfield of a Major League Baseball stadium, you actually are able to get that opportunity. Fans can go and sign up. It is an add-on package with your ticket, but be able to come out and take a Pilates course out in the outfield. You do get a Pilates mat, an Astros branded Pilates mat, but be able to go out in the outfield, enjoy the day, take it out of the classroom, go out there in center field and be able to go and do Pilates where these great athletes are out there playing.
Christian Walker with a 3-0 count takes one, called a strike. He's going to challenge this one.
Batter's challenging the previous pitch.
We mentioned Hamry is top 10 in accuracy, but he may have missed that one. That looked like it was off the plate.
Whoa.
Well off the plate.
That was a big miss.
So now a 4-pitch walk, putting runners on the corners with one out for Yainer Diaz. So the Silver Boot Series, presented by the Texas Lottery, continues tomorrow. You can go to astros.com/promotions to find out about the promotions for the rest of the weekend, which includes Pilates at the Park and the Astros Bolo tie cap tomorrow. Then the Blue Jays coming to town.
Blue Jays coming to town. Another tough series. You got the defending AL champs coming in. And what do we have here? We have Monday, which is going to be a City Connect Monday night. But then we roll right into Tuesday. It's our second time doing it, but Harry Potter night. So if you are a fan, if you're even a current wizard or a wannabe wizard, come dressed in your favorite house attire and come out to Harry Potter night. And then if you want to kind of upgrade that experience, the opportunity to purchase a limited edition Quidditch Astros themed jersey.
How about it?
You ever played Quidditch?
I've never played Quidditch. I can't ride.
Need to get a better broomstick.
Yeah, you look like a guy who'd be really good at Quidditch.
That could be my secret strength. 0-1 the count to Yainer Diaz. Infield now back with runners on first and third. He pops one up on the infield. Second baseman Nicky Lopez will move in and make the play for out number 2. So it'll be up to Jose Altuve.
You know who would be really good at Quidditch? Jordan. He's good at everything.
That's true. So Tuesday, in addition to Harry Potter night, is Dollar Dog night.
Dollar Dog night. I mean, it's every single Tuesday. We only have 4 homestands left. We've had this entire season, 4 homestands left. So, but for those 4 homestands, every single Tuesday of them, we're going to have Dollar Dogs. So come out here, get an inexpensive dinner, and be able to go and enjoy some baseball.
Elias Diaz pointed into his dugout, and he pointed at his trainer, who has now come out to check on Jacob deGrom. So apparently the catcher saw something that he wanted to be looked at with deGrom. We mentioned earlier that deGrom has really been taking a lot of time in between starts. Only his 4th start since the beginning of July, and it looks like whatever was ailing him or whatever Elias Diaz saw was something minor, because deGrom didn't even throw a pitch and convinced the trainer and the manager to go back to the dugout.
So more importantly, back to Dollar Dog night, what's pumpkin juice?
That is a Harry Potter.
Okay.
So Harry Potter, pumpkin juice.
I thought we were doing butter beer.
Wait, hey,
no butter beer?
Yeah, you can do butter beer.
All right.
If you want to.
I'm going to try the
You're
pumpkin
21.
juice.
You grab some butter
I
beer.
am multiples of 21.
Here's Altuve, 2 outs and runners on the corners. And Jose watches one wide, 1-0. So second half ticket sales. Obviously the Astros now in first place. A lot of excitement around the Astros right now.
Yeah, second half's ticket sales. I mentioned 4 homestands left. We got some really, really fun events still planned. Next homestand, we have Hall of Fame weekend. We're going to be able to celebrate Ashby, be able to celebrate Garner as well going into the Astros Hall of Fame. But another fun night for fans. And then we have Dog Day. Another great day. Bring your pup. Come out here. It's back-to-back days, Saturday and Sunday. So fans, it's a really, really popular event. Be able to jump in on that quick. But the back half of the season, we don't have much Astros baseball left. So come out here, enjoy. Kids are going back to school. Get an opportunity to spend some time at the ballpark over the weekends.
I think what's great about the Astros being back in first place is how the electricity is kind of filling back into the city and filling back into the stadium. So you can kind of tell this weekend series, yes, you have the Rangers in town, but the Astros taking over first place. It's going to be contagious. You want to be around for a lot of these games here at Daikin Park.
This is when the fun begins.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. I mean, got
That's
an
what we become
opportunity.
accustomed to.
Well, we want to be accustomed to it and be able to come out here full stadiums. I mean, this place is electric when it is when it's packed. Astros are playing great. It's a fun place to be.
Altuve fouls a 3-1 pitch away. He had a 3-0 count to start tonight and then ended up drawing a walk. Then he got the 3-0 again in this at bat. Now it's 3-2. Astros trying to retake the lead here in the bottom of the third. Yordan Alvarez, who doubled, is now at third base. Christian Walker, who walked on 4 pitches at first base, and Altuve with a full count. .101. 101 from
I'm
DeGrom.
glad the trainer came out to check on DeGrom to see if he could throw harder. And apparently he can. Hey, Dollar Dog Night's a good night. There's all you can eat. Something going on?
We have all you can eat seats. We do have those left for the remaining parts of the season.
Okay.
and you're able to go, and it's in the upper decks, but be able to go up there and be able to grab an inexpensive ticket, opportunity to grab all you want to eat. So all the hot dogs, all the nachos, all the popcorn, be able to go in and really indulge yourself.
I was going to say, I'm going to leave TK here in about the 4th or 5th that night and go up there and check it out.
It's perfect.
Tuve still battling here with another 3-2 foul ball.
And Buddies Club is still going on too.
We have the Buddies Club.
Rookies Club, Buddies Club.
Rookies Club, Buddies Club, best youth kids club in Major League Baseball.
That is true.
Again, opportunity right before kids go back to school. Get yourself a Buddies membership, ages 5 through 12. Be able to go in there, grab a Buddies membership for $45. You get 4 additional tickets to be able to come to another game. We talked about how much fun this is going to be. Why not go grab yourself 4 free tickets with a Buddies membership?
Well, this inning has become fun as Altuve ends up drawing a walk after battling with some 2-strike foul balls. Now the bases are loaded. Plummer, you saw that inning-by-inning pitch count. The Astros putting some pitches here on DeGrom.
No, they are. Pitching coach coming out to have that conversation to slow things down a little bit for Jacob DeGrom. But it's amazing to me how well the Astros put together at bats against DeGrom. And I think it goes to what we talked about earlier. A lot of fastballs and sliders away to right-handed hitters. And you kind of force the issue, extend this inning a little bit, and give Trammell a chance with the bases loaded. And as we go down the stretch here at Daikin Park, if you're going to come here, spend your time watching the Astros, you got to rep their gear. You got to put on the new City Connects. You've got to go out there and find a jersey, go orange, go white, whatever it takes.
Absolutely. Get out to the retail team store. One thing that actually just got dropped last week, Lululemon came in.
Oh, yeah.
And did a partnership with Major League Baseball. And so if you're a fan of Lululemon, really comfortable kind of athleisure gear, we now have it available, men's and women's styles. Dropped last week, and that stuff is going off the shelves pretty quick, almost like the Jordan bobble.
Here's Taylor Trammell in a big spot. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Runner at every bag, and Jacob DeGrom delivers home. And a ground ball to the left side that's going to get through. Jordan will score. Around third, Christian Walker. The throw off line. 3-1 Astros. Trammell comes through with 2 outs, and the base is full.
Oh, get on the tram. Nice swing from Taylor. Watch how he lets this ball travel. There's nobody in the vicinity on the left side playing him to pull, and he takes that slider and just jams it in the ground and moves everybody up. That was a beautiful piece of hitting from Taylor Trammell. Veteran 2-out RBI swing.
The Astros with a double, a couple of walks, and now a 2 RBI single by Trammell. Lead at 3-1. Here's Cam Smith. He floated a single into right field his first time up. It was his first career hit against DeGrom in 7 at-bats. What else do we have? Junior shooting stars?
Junior shooting stars. So another opportunity as kids are kind of winding down with summertime. We got one opportunity left. Young women, if they'd like to come out, see our shooting stars, take a clinic, get an understanding, learn a dance. Every participant that signs up for our last date, which is August 29th, will get a ticket to an upcoming game where they will be able to practice and perform that dance out in the outfield during the pregame. So really fun opportunity for kids, something to do during the summertime and be able to get back to another Astros game.
How about this inning, Jason, when you've got 4 guys on base and now a 2-0 count with Cam Smith? Brought some good mojo into the booth here in this inning.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to sit back. You guys do your thing. I'm just going to watch.
This is great.
Yeah, this is all right.
It's 2-1. Cam has 3 hits already in the series. We mentioned he has struggled against DeGrom with a lot of sliders through the years. And there's another one as he misses that one. It's 2-2. But Plummer, no matter what happens the rest of the way in this inning, this is 3 consecutive innings with quality at bats against DeGrom.
Yeah, and they're putting the pitch count up there too. Next pitch will be 69. So you have him at almost 70 pitches through 2 2/3 innings.
Altuve and Christian Walker drawing walks in the inning. 3 walks allowed by DeGrom so far in the game. Little cue shot to the right side. Nicky Lopez will glove it. He'll throw out Cam Smith to end the inning. Jason Wooden, Vice President of Marketing, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks,
you, guys.
Always
appreciate
fun.
you.
Astros lead 3-1 thanks to Taylor Trammell.
For the team today.
Astros now with a 3-1 lead over the Rangers. And in case you missed it, the Astros rookie-level affiliate was named Florida Complex League champions here recently. And that means Ronel Blanco and Hayden Wesneski are getting rings. That's because of their contributions that they gave during their rehab outings and innings. Wes told me he was about this today, and he was very excited. But he also said there was a joke going around that Ronel was the best pitching coach in the FCL. And Wes and Blanco spent a lot of time together since their injuries happening. They got those surgeries done about a week apart, and they have been together since that. All last year, they watched every game last season together in the clubhouse through the end of the season. And then in spring, got together in spring training. They were on the same schedule, and Wes said it was great to have someone to check in with on things that he felt, questions that he had, just because they were going through the same thing at the same time. He also said, I hope Ronel realizes how much of an impact he made on me over the last 14 months, TK.
Yeah, kind of a cool story. Hayden had never been hurt before. Obviously had never been hurt significantly either. When you go through Tommy John surgery, Blummer, that's a long rehab. There are good days, there are bad days, there are a lot of days when you are just fighting to get through to the next day. You've gone through some long rehabs yourself. That's nice to have a partner in crime that's going through it with you.
No, I mean, it is unfortunate that it did happen at the same time, but maybe it's serendipitous because they got to become very good friends and kind of rely on each other to get through that rehab process. Yeah, but you go a year and a half trying to go through rehab, and you end up in places like the FCL where everybody's 16 to 18 years old, and you're the salty vet trying to figure out how long it's going to take me to get back. Sometimes it can be a lonely time. But if you have somebody that you're out there kind of going through, fighting through some of the ups and downs of a rehab and be able to share those moments, I think that's huge. And I loved hearing that story because, you know, I'm not trying to make it about me, but there were moments where I was in Arizona with the Diamondbacks, and I was at their rehab facility, and I was only 15 miles away from the big league club. But I was with a bunch of guys that I had no idea who they were, where they came from, or what they were doing. And they were worried about their own gig. And I was trying to figure out how to get back to the show. So to be able to kind of track each other, have like a workout buddy to get through all that is tremendous.
Now they represent 50% of the current Astros rotation. This ball hooked to the right side, past the diving Jose Altuve. Nimmo almost struck out on the 2-2 pitch that was just off the plate. Now on the 3-2 pitch, hooks a single into right. That'll be the 4th hit of the night for the Rangers. We don't know exactly who the 5th starter is at this point for the Astros. We know it's not Tatsuya Imai right now, as he's working out of the bullpen in this series. The Astros have not named starters for the next series against the Blue Jays. But we do know that Peter Lambert will work again on Sunday. He last pitched on Tuesday. There was the off day on Thursday with Hunter Brown going yesterday, Hayden Wesneski on Wednesday, Ronel Blanco tonight. So we know the 4 starters that are part of the rotation. We're not sure who that 5th one is. So Wesneski and Blanco represent 50% of that rotation coming off the IL right now. Yainer Diaz going out to chat with Ronel after the first 2 missing to Evan Carter. Now a message from Buick GMC. Joe Espada did mention before the game that Mike Burrows could start a rehab assignment towards the latter part of next week. He has thrown a couple of bullpens, and Spencer Arrighetti about to throw a bullpen for the first time since going on the IL as well. That's off the plate, 3-0. Astros got a run in the bottom of the 2nd. Ronel gave up a 2-out home run to Wyatt Langford in the top of the 3rd. Now looking for a shutdown inning after the Astros got 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. There's a strike. Carter is not a guy that's going to leave the zone very much. He has the lowest chase percentage on the team. And he watches that one go wide for ball 4. Team leading 40th walk for Evan Carter. Now the Rangers have the first 2 runners on with nobody out. Now will face Ezekiel Duran. Isaac Paredes on the grass dirt cutout, as he's anticipating the possibility of Duran trying to advance the runners. And he hits it right to Isaac. He'll back up, step on the bag, go to second, and they don't get the out there. I thought Isaac was going to throw across the diamond, but Carter, who had a good secondary lead, got on to second base, and the Astros just get 1 out in that scenario.
Yeah, I thought he might as well go across the diamond, because you've got good speed in Carter, and he's not being held on at first base, so he can get an extended lead and a good jump. That ball not hit all that hard. Might have had a chance going across the diamond, but maybe had hopes of 3.
Probably a fielder's choice now with runners at first and second. Alejandro Osuna, the batter. And he takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. This is the portion of the lineup 7, 8, 9 that Ronel Blanco picked up 3 strikeouts against first time through the lineup. That's pop foul. That'll be out of play. It's 0-2.
How about some outfield arms presented by Lone Star College? We've already seen them shut down when the ball's in right field. They don't want to test that arm of Cam Smith, hyping himself up before the potential throw. Trammell and Wade are going to be yellow. Trammell's got a pretty good arm. Charges usually pretty aggressive to the baseball. And of course here, Dyken Park, left field a little more shallow than most ballparks.
Ground ball past Christian Walker into right field, being waved around is Carter. He's going to score. Going first to third is Duran. The Rangers back within a run on the RBI single by Alejandro Osuna on an 0-2 pitch.
Talked about that changeup for Ronel being good, but when it's elevated, it's a little bit easier to see. Not hit overly hard, but reached out and pulled into right field. See it on our wire cam presented by Defy as that throw comes home late, with Evan Carter using that speed to score.
Josh Miller having his say with Ronel Blanco on the mound. 2 on and 1 out in the inning. And the catcher Diaz will hit here. Diaz struck out looking his first time up. Very aggressive hitter, 56% swing percentage. Only 2 walks on the season and 118 at bats. Showing bunt, bunts it foul. Diaz with Kansas City earlier in the year, 10 games with the Royals. Now his 38th game with the Rangers. Showing bunt again, gets it down, and this will be a tie game. Blanco goes to Altuve covering. Nice bunt by Diaz to tie the game at 3.
Well, it was a nice bunt. That's that first and third situation we see all across baseball. That safety squeeze working effectively with that ball deadened out in front of home plate. Good read by Duran also. Ronel getting a sure out at first.
So both times the Astros have scored, the Rangers have answered. Getting 1 back last half inning and now answering the Astros 2 runs in the top of the 4th. Now went off the plate to Nicky Lopez, 1-0. Lopez on the ground to second. Altuve is there. And that'll do it for the Rangers. They do pick up a hit on a couple of hits and a walk and tie the game at 3.
Years of partnership between
CHN presented by HEB returns tomorrow. Catch the Astros versus the Rangers with coverage beginning at 12:30 p.m. with Astros pregame. SCHN and SCHN Plus are your home for Astros baseball.
Astros back to work here in the bottom of the 4th. Both teams scoring in the last half innings. A run in the 2nd for the Astros, 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 3rd for the Rangers, and 2 more in the 4th. Now Lamont Wade, who knocked in the Astros' first run of the night. That's here for a second time. Lamont with an RBI base hit. Now has 12 base hits on the season and 13 runs batted in. That one just missing with a fastball, 2-1. The Astros have done a good job of making DeGrom throw strikes. They have not chased off the plate very often. They have drawn 3 walks tonight to go along with his 3 strikeouts. That's pop foul. That'll be out of play. It's 2-2. It'll be Lamont Wade Jr., then Jeremy Pena, and Yordan Alvarez in the 4th. Coming into this game, DeGrom had 5.5 strikeouts to walks. That was 3rd best in the American League. But tonight, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Full count here to Lamont. In the air, shallow right center, long run for Osuna. And he is going to make a nice sliding catch. Took Alejandro a while to get there, but he ended up making a sliding catch on Lamont for the first out of the inning.
I didn't expect that to end up being a great play. I thought that was going to be a catchable baseball. But kind of found the empty space in that outfield. And Osuna with the last-ditch effort threw the glove out there and made the catch on our Matches from Supermo.
Center field, Carter has a 7 outs above average mark, which is one of the best in the league. But Osuna in right field is a -6 outs above average, but he was able to get to that ball at the last second for out number 1. Jeremy Pena has struck out twice tonight against DeGrom. Has a 1-0 count here. JP's got a 12-game hitting streak going coming into tonight. Well placed fastball, 1-1. Both teams with 3 runs, both teams with 5 hits. Another fastball for a strike. Pena showing a lot of patience here. Jeremy usually aggressive on those pitches, kind of expecting the slider, it looks like.
The expected batting average on that last fly ball off the bat of Lamont Wade Jr. was 100. So our own calculations, or at least mine, it'll be a 90% catch probability.
There's a hitting streak. Jeremy Pena delivers one to right field, and with his speed, no chance for Osuna to throw him out at second. Pena with a double with 1 out in the 4th.
Continuing to put together great at bats. DeGrom going with the fastball in this at bat. Jeremy says, I'll let you get away with the first 2. I'm not letting you get away with this one. Takes it and slashes it into that right field corner. An excellent at bat. The only unfortunate thing is it leaves first base open. I think Scoop Schumacher is finally catching on to the theory I had maybe about 8 games ago in Arlington. Stop pitching to him.
21 intentional walks now of Yordan Alvarez, and twice in this series Schumacher has intentionally walked Yordan. And now Isaac Paredes. I think if Isak had to do it all over again, he would have tried to throw to first to complete that double play last half inning. So now he's got a chance to atone for a rare defensive lapse as he bats here with 2 on and 1 out. Isak tried to get the speedier runner at second instead of going across the diamond for the double play, but now he's got a chance to break the tie. He is singled and grounded out in this game. That one wide, 2-0. And another good inning for the Astros against DeGrom. And you got to think the Rangers might start thinking about their bullpen as DeGrom has had to work hard in every inning tonight.
Yeah, it's been a lot of pitches, and it's been some leverage pitches mixed in there too.
Rangers did not use any of their current bullpen that's available tonight. That one's off the plate. It's 3-0. The 2 relievers they used last night, Luis Curvelo was optioned to the minor leagues after the game, and Nicky Lopez pitched the 8th inning, and he's their second baseman tonight. Their bullpen is rested as DeGrom has a 3-0 count here to Isak with Christian Walker on deck. That's going to be ball 4. Another 4-pitch walk tonight allowed by DeGrom, who has not had good command. 4 walks, and that one will load the bases for Walker.
Really an odd evening for Jacob DeGrom as far as that strike to ball ratio. Yeah, 4-pitch walks. It's not typical of Jacob DeGrom. 84 pitches, 46 of them have been strikes.
The 4 walks, a season high. The career high came with the Mets back in 2017 when he walked 6 against the Nationals. And he will get a visit here with the bases loaded and Christian Walker due up. Now the Rangers get their bullpen moving with Cole Winn starting to loosen up. So there you see, everybody's available. Not one person was used in their bullpen that's available tonight. One of the names we saw in the last series is now a Ranger blummer, Chase Silseth.
Yeah, we heard about it all year long. They were looking for some more bullpen help, and they started by going out there and getting Chase Silseth. Logan O'Hoppe in that trade as well when we were in Anaheim, with O'Hoppe being optioned to AAA. So Silseth picking up a roster spot in that bullpen is available.
Christian Walker has grounded out and drawn a walk. Bats here with the bases loaded and 1 out. First one down and away, 1-0. 5 straight misses for DeGrom after the intentional walk.
You got to use that experience against DeGrom. When you see that ball out of the hand, you can recognize early enough on some of that spin where it comes out of the hand, if it's going to stay on the plate or not. It looks like the Astros have developed pretty good recognition out of the hand against Jacob DeGrom, forcing some of these walks and taking better swings at pitches in the zone.
Both of Christian Walker's career grand slams have come in a Diamondbacks uniform. Bats here with the bases loaded and 1 out. 2 for 9 this year with the bases filled. Goes after that fastball up, and it's now 1-2.
I guess right. He just got a little aggressive. Fastball up out of the zone. He knew it was coming. DeGrom's used his slider 12% more against the Astros in this game than he does in the regular season against other teams.
Another fastball up, and Christian fouls it back. 25 head-to-head matchups. DeGrom has struck out Walker 10 times, and the 2 hits by Christian have been home runs. Just enough to stay alive. He had to protect as that curveball was coming in case it was a strike, and he fouled it away.
That is a serious off-speed pitch from a guy who throws his slider in the low 90s and his fastball in the upper 90s. Really slowed things down. It almost felt like Walker had to slow the swing down just to try and find a piece of it.
Pitch number 90 from DeGrom in the 4th inning. Well, the Rangers have two loosening up in the pen, a righty and a lefty, double barrel action. That's Tyler Alexander to go along with Cole Winn. Another 1-2 pitch coming to Walker. Ground ball, knocked down, a run's gonna score, Walker's gonna be safe. Everybody's safe. It's a 4-3 Astros lead.
Some good at bats, a little bit of luck, and you've got a run on the board. Good hustle by Walk. He was out in front of this slider and nubbed it off the end of the bat. And Jock Peterson thought it was probably hit a little bit harder than it was. And as he assaulted it, he kicked it into foul territory and allowed enough time for Christian Walker to beat it out.
Astros are going to knock Jacob deGrom out of the game in the 4th inning as they have scored in the last 3 innings and lead it 4-3. Base is still loaded, 1 out when we come back.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Things are looking pretty good for the Astros with the bases loaded, a run already across the board, but it's the bottom of the 4th, 1 out, and Jacob deGrom has been knocked out of this game by the Astros offense. The first man out of that Rangers bullpen is going to be Cole Winn. 40 games. You see that one start at the top. He was the opener that last time he was out on the bump was Thursday against Tampa Bay. Went an inning, gave up a hit, no runs in that time that he was out there. He's inheriting 3 runners with Yainer at the dish.
Yainer has struck out and popped up. Had 4 hits last night, had 4 hits in the previous game on Wednesday. Goes after the first pitch slider here. It's 0-1. Yainer is 2 for 2 against Cole Winn, including a double. That one bounces away. Coming down the line is Jordan, and he will be safe. What a slide by Jordan, avoiding the tag. Astros lead at 5-3. Aggressive base running for the big man.
What a read. We talked about the aggressive base running of the Astros throughout the course of the season, but the hustle of Jordan Alvarez picks up a potential run. Watch this slide. Kind of went in there and stuck that right foot out.
The Rangers are going to challenge the call. Did he get the plate with his lead foot?
That was a perfectly placed mask. This might be a better look.
They tag him on the back leg, but the lead foot get the plate is the key.
Oh, wow.
I think the lead foot got the plate.
I do too, especially from...
Ooh, it's close.
It is close. I think the only question is, did he get the plate? Because I think even if he... Because if the foot's down, the tag was late.
It's either lead foot got the plate or he's out. Because the tag on the back foot was before the back leg was before he got to the plate. Jordan getting aggressive, trying to make it a 5-3 game on a pitch that didn't get away very far. Called safe by the home plate umpire Adam Hammery. And is there clear and convincing evidence that this foot never touches the plate?
It feels like it kind of got that back tip, possibly, if you were going to argue it.
Call stands, runner safe.
Well, they weren't going to confirm it. But Jordan claps along with that decision. You have to try it if you're Skip Schumacher.
Yes. No, you're 100% correct. You're looking to just see if they can get an angle to overturn it for you. But like you said, nothing definitive and no way to overturn it.
So now 5-3, and the infield comes in on Yainer Diaz, who hits the ball sharply, but at the shortstop Seager, Paredes can't score, and Yainer retired for the second out. That's the 5th run charge to deGrom, who gave up a season-tying 7 hits and a new season-high 5 walks. Most walks he's allowed since 2017. One of them was intentional, and that intentional walk came around to score. Now 2nd and 3rd with Jose Altuve, who drew 2 of the walks from deGrom. Jose watches one way wide. The Rangers have not thrown many early strikes to 2. He got the 2 3-0 counts against DeGrom. Now he's 1-0 against Cole Winn. And this one bounces in there, and a nice block by Diaz. It's 2-0. Tony Perez-Chica telling Isaac Paredes to be alive, just like Jordan was on that pitch that got away.
Altuve's going to get a nice pitch to hit right here. Never mind.
That's his 3rd straight 3-0 count. Altuve swung at a 3-0 pitch his first time up and fouled it away before drawing a 3-1 walk. I would assume he has the green light against Winn here. He looks at one, and it's now 3-1. A little cutter in there for a strike.
Everything's got a little wrinkle from Cole Winn. Cutters and sliders, especially right-handed hitters.
Astros with 5 runs, all charged to DeGrom. He's still responsible for the runners in scoring position here. And another one for a strike. Altuve now has a full count. Paredes on 3rd, Walker on 2nd. Christian Walker broke the tie with an infield hit. Now Altuve trying to add to the lead. Sharply hit off the glove, but staying with it is Duran, and he throws out Altuve to end the inning. Nice play by Duran on the short hop, but the Astros scored 2 more.
A little bit of a wacky inning. Chris Walker showing how he had to foul that ball off to extend his at bat, and then we saw Jordan getting aggressive and a beautiful slide into home. Couple of runs have the Astros ahead.
Slow down and drive smart.
Time to take a look at tonight's Chevy Stroll poll on the 10-year anniversary of the trade by the Los Angeles Dodgers, bringing Yordan Alvarez to the Astros. What's your favorite deadline deal of all time, not counting the Yordan trade, of course? 1990, Jeff Bagwell, that's choice A for Larry Anderson. When Randy Johnson came over in 98, that is choice B. Or when Justin Verlander came over in 2017, choice C. Send your votes to @SpaceCityHN. Use the hashtag StroPoll. We'll have results later on in the broadcast. Happy 10-year anniversary on Yordan Day. This ball popped foul down the right field side and out of play.
Yeah, little did we know then what we were in for with that guy.
Didn't take us long once he put one by the home run pump in his first game.
2019, hitting a rocket the other way.
Like, this guy might be special. That's a nice pitch by Blanco, who starts the inning with bullpen action going. Then it's Sousa loosening up in the Astros pen. Sousa pitched last night's game. As he is warming up here with Rennell trying to get through 5. Still only 71 pitches for Rennell, so his pitch count is not the issue. It's just a matter of looking for a shutdown inning, which he hasn't been able to do the last 2 times the Astros have scored. This one's pop foul and out of play. It stays 1-2 on Peterson. Astros getting to Jacob deGrom for 5 runs in 3 1/3 innings tonight. Now Rennell trying to get through the 5th. That one skied way up in the air, shallow left field. Lamont Wade Jr. comes in and puts it away for the first out. Now Rennell will face Wyatt Langford. Langford hitting a home run his last time up. Home run number 13 on the season for Wyatt in his 59th game. Takes the first pitch up for ball 1.
think I saw that home run would have gotten out of 14 parks.
I saw that too.
Yeah, 348. It's just down the line, so there's a lot of ballparks that aren't very deep down that left field line. That's why you get that number.
Yiner runs out of room as he gives it a look. Yeah, the ones that float over the Crawford, over the wall into the Crawford boxes are the ones that are Crawford box special. But that was, as you said, a line drive that just cleared the yellow line and left. On the ground to short. Pena is there. And that's 2 outs for Rennell here in the 5th. Now a word from Reliant.
Make your move with Reliant. That's power your way.
2 outs, bases empty for Corey Seager. Seager has singled and flied out to right. We're now looking for his second 1-2-3 inning of the night. First pitch up for ball 1. First time Seager's taken a first pitch in this series.
Yeah, that was weird. I wonder what the most pitches taken in a row by Corey Seager is. 2.
He likes to hack, and he has 3 hits since coming off the IL in this series and 5 at bats. Now went off the plate 2-1. Off the end of the bat, it's 2-2. Likely Rennell's final inning, not just because the bullpen is moving, but because this is kind of where Joe has picked him off in the first 2 games. He went 86 pitches and then 85 pitches his first 2 starts. He's now at 81 as he misses low. It's 3-2. Rennell made 5 rehab assignments, 4 starts. That's going to be upstairs, ball 4. The second walk allowed by Blanco, and Rangers have a 2-out base runner. And that is going to be it. He's not going to be able to get through 5. Rennell Blanco walking the last batter he's faced now in all 3 outings. And that walk may have cost him the ability to pick up a win tonight, as there's 2 more lefties behind Seager, and Blanco will not face either Nimmo or Carter. Bennett Sousa coming in out of the pen in this 5-3 game.
Here at Dyken Park, it's the top of the 5th, a couple of outs. And Rennell Blanco walking that last hitter kind of forced Joe's hand a little bit, bringing in the left-handed pitcher to face Brandon Nimmo. It's going to be Bennett Sousa. 10 games, 3.38 ERA, 7 strikeouts to 5 walks on the season. Still working back and getting adjusted after coming off the injured list. Good velocity out of that left arm with the slider.
Sousa facing Brandon Nimmo here, and the first pitch is a little bit up with that slider, 1-0. Now Blanco goes 4 2/3 tonight in his 3rd outing of the season. He's gone 4 2/3 twice and 5 1/3 the other time. Leaves after 82 pitches and a walk. It's 1-1 the count to Nimmo. Corey Seager on first base with 2 outs. And a swing and a pitch down. Good sinker by Sousa, 1-2.
Power sinker at 94. A good look at that 2-seamer just below the zone. Pretty aggressive swing from Nimmo on that pitch.
Sousa faced just 2 batters last night and only threw 9 pitches in his outing. Now working back-to-back games here as he's got Nimmo with a 2-2 count. That one bouncing in there. Good stop by Yiner. Now the count's full. So Seager will be off with 2 outs. That's now back-to-back walks as Sousa walks Nimmo. The Rangers now with 2 runners on. All 3 outings for Rennell, it's been a mid-inning pitching change, and all 3 times it's come after a walk. Fortunately, the first 2 times the inherited runner did not score. Rennell hoping that continues here as Sousa will go after Evan Carter. Carter has popped up to short on a great play by Jeremy Pena in the shallow left field, and then he also walked and scored a run. First one didn't miss by much. Ball 1.
That was a pretty good pitch. I think your instincts are right, TK. That caught the UTMD Anderson strike zone.
That one below the zone. It's now 2-0. Last night, Sousa threw 6 strikes out of 9 pitches. Tonight, only 2 strikes of his first 8. There's a strike. It's 2-1. Astros looking for a shutdown inning. They have given up runs in the last 2 half innings after scoring. They have scored a 3rd consecutive inning and looking to put up a 0. That's wide. It'll be 3-1 on Carter. Ezekiel Duran, right-hand hitter, due up next. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Sousa out of the pen to load the bases. And Josh Miller will come out and join this conversation on the mound.
I think Bennett now has 7 strikeouts and 7 walks on the season. Came into this outing with 7 strikeouts, 5 walks, so walking those first 2s put himself in a little bit of a predicament.
Joe brought him in to face the lefties who he's walked, and now he'll face his first right-hand hitter, Ezekiel Duran. So bases filled with Rangers, all via 2-out walks. Blanco walking Seager and Sousa walking Nimmo and Carter. And now Duran will bat. And Yodela Santos warming in the Astros pen. First one down for a ball, 1-0. 9 of 12 off the plate so far for Sousa. There's a lefty on deck in Osuna as Aniel continues to warm. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Chopping foul, and now Sousa a pitch away from getting out of this jam. Duran's had the most plate appearances of any Ranger with the bases loaded this year. 15 of them. He's 3 for 13. Swing and a miss. Sousa strikes out Duran to strand the bases loaded. 3 walks made it a little scary, but a big strikeout to end the inning. Stays 5-3 Astros. Bottom of the order, due up. They've been doing well so far in this series.
Health and our walks. Love them like family, feed them like family.
The player to watch is presented by Jack in the Box. And how about the Astros? 7 through 9 hitters in the last 6 games. Going to need some help at the bottom part of the lineup, and they have been helping out on this run the Astros have been on. 354 is the batting average. I like the idea of them getting on base, too, and turning this lineup over. But they've provided a little bit of pop with 3 home runs. And along with the 13 runs they've driven in, they've been on base to score 13 times. Good job by the fellas at the bottom of the order. They're going to have another good run today to keep the Astros ahead in this ball game. They're going to do it against left-handed pitcher Tyler Alexander.
Taylor Trammell showing bunt on the first pitch from Alexander. It's 0-1. Throws a lot of strikes to lefties. Trammell has faced him 6 times in his career. He's 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts and a sacrifice bunt as he's down in the count here, 0-2. Taylor, not a lot of at-bats against lefties, but this is the part of the lineup with Trammell and Lamont Wade Jr. where you might see a lefty for the Rangers. They have 3 to choose from. One of them is their closer, Jacob Latz. Didn't miss by much. It's 1-2. Taylor 3 for 24 on the season against lefties. Well off the plate, 2-2. That ball drilled down the right field line, but Trammell got a little quick, hit it into the second deck. Plenty deep enough for a home run, but foul.
He did a great job of staying back on that sweeper. Yeah, that head got out just a little bit too quick. An excellent swing from Trammell. Good recognition. Hit that one at 111.5 off the bat for that foul ball.
Little tapper right side. Peterson will glove it, and he'll hit the glove on the bag before Trammell gets there. That was good hustle by Taylor, but he's out number 1.
Tell you what, John can be a little bit of an adventure over there. It's exciting. You got to stay with him.
Cam Smith will bat. Cam has a single and 2 at bats. Now 3 hits in 7 at bats on the series. Cam got under this one and pops it in the air to left. Coming in is Wyatt Langford. And now he moves back on that fly ball at the last second. Kind of lost it in the roof. There's 2 away. Stream the Astros playoff chase all summer long directly with SCHN Plus. No cable or satellite needed. Start streaming today by purchasing the app at SCHNplus.com. If you already have Space City Home Network, just download the SCHN Plus app, log in, and enjoy the Astros. Astros are going to pinch hit here for Lamont Wade Jr. and go with Zach DeZenzo. DeZenzo coming on and will hit in the 9 spot for Wade Jr. We'll see if Zach stays in the game. Lucas Spence also an option off the bench to play the outfield. Zach got a pinch hit appearance last night for Yordan Alvarez in the 8th inning with the bases loaded and grounded out. First one home is a fastball for a strike.
My upside down reading is correct. DeZenzo is 250 against left-handed pitchers this season with a home run.
Upside down.
It's a tough read today.
There's a strike. It's 1 and 2.
I'm going back between relievers and hitters, and it's flipping the script on me.
Zach does have his lone home run against the lefty this year, 6 for 24. But he's down on strikes here. Alexander picks up his first strikeout. That's a 1-2-3 inning out of the pen for the lefty Tyler Alexander. We head to the 6th in a 5-3 Astros lead. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Fun can't lose. By Clutch City Cluckers, Houston's home for bold flavor. And by Due West Air Conditioning, an authorized Houston area Daikin dealer.
Back here inside Daikin Park. Kids having a good time on Marvel Night here at the ballpark. We're going to head to the top of the 6th inning. We're going to do it with a new pitcher, Eniel De Los Santos. We saw him getting loose, trying to back up Bennett Susan last inning. Here he comes in to start this inning clean. 49th appearance with a 4.26 ERA on the season for Eniel.
Alejandro Osuna taking a first pitch strike. Osuna struck out and knocked in a run with a single against Ronel Blanco in his 2 at-bats. Final line on Ronel is 4 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Ronel walked 2 and struck out 4. Gave up 1 home run tonight for 1 of the 2 runs. Osuna knocking in the other, and then Elias Diaz with that safety squeeze knocking in the 3rd. Inning starts with Steven Okert beginning to warm up. Astros are going to need, if they hold this lead either way, they're going to need at least 4 1/3 innings from their bullpen tonight. The 2-1 pitch is fouled back. It's 2-2. Zach DeCenzo, who pinch hit for Lamont Wade, stays in the game and plays in left field. That one into left center. Taylor Trammell calls off DeCenzo, and Taylor puts it away for the first out of the inning. Elias Diaz, who had that safety squeeze for an RBI, will bat here with 1 out and nobody on. Rangers did make a trade for Logan O'Hoppe and Chase Silseth when the Astros were in Anaheim taking on the Angels right before the game. And O'Hoppe was at this point sent to AAA for the Rangers. See how he progresses, whether they call him up. For now, the catchers are Elias Diaz and also Austin Wynns at the big league level. That one's off the plate, 1-1.
I'd be curious to see where they play Logan O'Hoppe if they try and move him out from behind home plate in their organization. He's got some power in that bat, just defensively was not having a very good year as far as the wild pitches or the pass balls were concerned. He was having a tough time.
So he's only been a catcher for the Angels, but the possibility is with the Rangers he might move.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I would imagine they might try. Take some of that pressure off, maybe first base, outfield. He's a pretty good athlete.
De Los Santos getting ahead 1-2. And what likely is the only right-hand hitter he'll face. That one's off the plate, 2-2. Up next after Diaz, a couple of lefties. He's been quiet on the trade front. There's been some minor deals here and there, but none of the big names have moved yet, as we are about 45 hours away from the trade deadline.
I think we're both disappointed by that, but did you expect? I kind of expected something by this weekend happening.
Yeah, I thought a big name would have been moved by now. The Yankees traded Camilo Doval to the Pirates today. Doval's been struggling. Pirates needed a reliever. Saw the Angels and Rangers make an interdivision trade. Dean Kramer went from Baltimore to the Twins. This one into right, hit pretty well. Back goes Cam Smith. He's at the wall, and that's going to be gone. Elias Diaz hits his 5th home run of the season. The other way against Enyel De Los Santos, and now it's a 1-run game. It's 5-4 Astros.
Leaned out there and got 96 on the outer edge and was able to shoot this one out the other way. Kind of a slashing swing. Head down on it. 343 feet the other way.
Six of the 7 home runs allowed by Enyel have been against right-hand hitters, as he now faces the lefty Nicky Lopez with strike 1. Enyel has kind of reverse splits on the season, where his OPS against lefties is 200 points lower than it is against righties. Now when fouled back, it's 0-2. Got him. And Enyel comes back with a 3-pitch strikeout to get Lopez for the 2nd out. And Enyel will not face the lefty Jock Peterson. Joe Espada is going to bring on Steven Okert, so De Los Santos will face the minimum here. And Okert will come on in the 6th. 5-4 game.
The welcome home celebration is going on now.
Fans to see it all, and the MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Visit MLB.com/Journey to 30 sweeps. Today it's third call Steven out of the bullpen. 2.19 is ERA, is whip well under 1. A couple of outings in Anaheim. This will be his first in this series against Texas.
He'll face a pinch hitter to start his outing. Jake Berger goes out to the first pitch and skies one to center. Taylor Trammell barely has to move. Just walks to his right a couple of steps and puts it away casually for the final out of the inning. Astros lead 5-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
At Christian Brothers Automotive, we find joy in
Bottom of the 6th inning. And feasting on a little chopped biscuit barbecue here as part of the Friday night festivities. Big crowd again for, Saturday night festivities. Big crowd again after a Friday night crowd of over 36,000. As the Astros and Rangers drawing them in here to Daikin Park. Tyler Alexander still back out there. His second inning of work. Jeremy Pena has a career home run against Alexander. Came back when Tyler pitched for the Tigers in 2023. Career 1 for 3 against this lefty. It's 0-1. Jeremy a double and a run scored his last time up. He's now up to 52 runs scored in 64 games. He would be amongst the league leaders if he wasn't on the IL a couple of times this year. That is quite a pace. Pitch is up for a ball. It's 1-1. Helps when you have the guy behind you in Yordan Alvarez, who's leading the league in pretty much everything.
He could have his RBI total if Jeremy was healthy more often too.
Yeah, you're right. That one's chopped towards third. Duran charges his throw to the new first baseman Jake Berger in time. Pena retired for the first out. Julia.
League leaders are presented by Houston Methodist. Yordan Alvarez is a leader in so many categories. Across both leagues, he leads average, OBP, slugging, hits, home run, RBI. You get it. Other guys to do so. Scribsky in 1967 when he won a Triple Crown, and Hornsby in 1922. He was a 2-time Triple Crown winner. But Victor Rodriguez saying it's consistency with him. He takes his pregame swings with a purpose, knowing who he's facing and who he might see every day.
Been fun to watch. As good of an offensive season as I've ever seen. Yordan Alvarez playing game number 110 on the year. He and Cam Smith have played in all but 2 games for the Astros as he misses that Tyler Alexander sweeper. It's 1-1.
I think what makes it that much more special, or that maybe more impressive, is this day and age of the swing and miss is okay. Batting average has gone by the wayside.
Hit well to center. Back goes Carter near the wall. Puts it away right in front of the 399 sign. Yordan hit it well, but he's out number 2.
I was kind of hoping he'd interrupt the story. But, you know, there's just, the game has evolved a little bit or devolved, depending on how you think about it. But pitching has definitely, you know, gained a lot of strides with the analytics. Guys are throwing 100 miles an hour or more often. Spin rates are off the charts. And it's dictated in the strikeout numbers, the lack of batting average. Yet this guy's going out there providing the thunder that everybody enjoys, but also putting up a batting average overall and with 2 strikes, which is incredible to me.
Yeah, came into this game with a .324 batting average, and in the Triple Crown race, he was leading Yandy Diaz by 22 points coming in. And he's 1 for 3 tonight, so that average still at .324. Yandy went 2 for 4 today, so he's batting .304. So Yordan leading by 20 in the batting average race.
And he's probably the only guy in that dugout upset that DeGrom got knocked out early.
There you see his leads. He pushed that RBI lead up to 9 last night. So far, Tyler Alexander has retired all 5 batters he has faced. Yordan sitting next to Bryce Matthews. Bryce continues to try to work his way back from injury that he suffered in that series against the Rangers right before the All-Star break. This one tapped, and the pitcher Alexander is going to make the play to end the inning. Tyler Alexander has retired all 6 Astros he has faced. We head to the 7th. It's a 5-4 Houston lead.
The best in Texas power pitcher is driven by 4. Giving the bullpen some love. They deserve it. Going back to May 19th, numbers since and where they rank. Good ERA. The wins tied for first with 18. A lot of saves. They're good for second with 24. And you think about the end of May, that's when the team started to play better consistently. Also, Josh Hader returned in early June. Guys started to fall into their roles. There was stability in the starting rotation about then, too. It just made everyone better, and it's a group that's been good for Joe, and the bullpen needed for some big innings left in this one, TK.
Yeah, you're right. That was kind of parallel with the winning percentage since May 22nd, when the Astros moved from 11 games under to now where they are now at 1 game over 500. 36-24 during that stretch since the 22nd. Show those bullpen numbers since the 19th, and that's a large reason why the Astros have been able to make this run. No American League team has a better record since May 22nd than the Astros and the Red Sox at 36-24. Steven Okert is going to be asked to get 4 outs, it appears, as he is going to face Wyatt Langford. Then there's 3 lefties behind Langford. Brian Abreu beginning to warm up in the Astros bullpen. That one's off the plate. And the count's 1-2 to the right-hand hitting Langford, who was 1 for 3 with a home run tonight. A couple of solo home runs tonight for the Rangers. This one chopped towards short. Jeremy Pena makes the play. And there's one away in the inning. Both Bennett Sousa and Eniel De Los Santos pitching earlier tonight. They both pitched 2 days in a row. Okert did not pitch last night. And obviously the Astros had the off day on Thursday, so he hasn't pitched since the Angels series on Wednesday. Here's Corey Seager with a single and a walk tonight. He's 1 for 2. He's been on base 4 times in 7 plate appearances, coming off the IL last night. He's been dealing with a back issue all year long, kept him out almost the entire month of July with the exception of last night. That one down and away, 1-1. That one skied down the right field line. Long run, Cam Smith. Looks like it's headed to the crowd. Cam's going to leap into the crowd, but had no chance at that. A good effort nonetheless.
Very good effort. Expect nothing less from Cam. Quick jump into the seats to say hi to some of the locals.
Got him. Okert strikes out Seager for the 2nd out of the inning. Steve Okert's first strikeout of the night. Now word from Woodlands Church.
At Woodlands Church, there's a place for everyone. We don't have all the answers, but we're looking to the one who does.
Now Brandon Nimmo will bat. Nimmo's also been on base twice, once with a hit, once with a walk. First pitch missing, 1-0. See the numbers for Nimmo. 1 career hit. It was a home run. This one shot into center field. That'll be down for a hit. Nimmo will be a 2-out base runner for the Rangers in the 7th. Now Evan Carter will bat. Carter walked his last 2 times up. He's now walked 41 times to lead the Rangers. By comparison, Jordan has drawn 76 walks on the season to lead the Astros. There's a strike, 0-1. Okert gave up that run in his last outing against the Angels. It snapped a streak of 10 consecutive outings without an earned run. Angels got him for a couple of hits and a run in an Astros 7-4 win out in California. Now ahead of Carter 0-2. Close to a swing, no swing. says third base umpire Clint Vondrak, and no strike called by home plate umpire Adam Hammer.
Almost a really good slider just from Supermo shows that was borderline out front. Might have been able to get the call.
Close. Runner goes, and the pitch is squibbed foul off the end of the bat. Looking for an inning and a third worth of work, with Abreu warming up and a righty due up next. I would think this will be his last batter as he tries to finish off the seventh. Went down and away, 2-2. '53rd appearance for Stephen Okert. Only the Blue Jays' Fluharty has more appearances in the American League than Okert. Another two-strike pitch coming. Runner goes. This pitch is up. Double pump by Yiner, and he's going to be late with the throw. So Nimmo steals his sixth bag of the year to get into scoring position with 2 outs.
Not the best of jumps, but just a slight hesitation from Yiner Diaz on the exchange. And Nimmo slides in there just before it.
Got him! Okert, an inning and a third of shutout baseball as he strikes out Evan Carter with a tying run in scoring position. Seventh inning stretch time here at Daikin Park with the Astros leading 5-4. Time for the seventh inning stretch, presented by Texas Mattress Maker.
August 3rd. Toyota. Let's go places.
Gilliwood is bringing the lumber, and so are the Astros against the Rangers, or should we say Yordan Alvarez doing most of it. So most home runs versus Texas this season. The Seattle Mariners, New York Yankees, Atlanta Braves all have 9. You have the plate appearances underneath. Yordan Alvarez alone has 8 in 52 plate appearances, just behind the Mariners team, Yankees team, and Atlanta Braves team. But those 8 go into that Astros lot that you see at the bottom of 25 total home runs this season against the Texas Rangers pitching staff. But it's amazing. Yordan himself and a team all with one swing. But 8 home runs against the Rangers just this season in 2026. He's remarkable. And we see another pitcher, Peyton Gray, coming out of the bullpen for the Texas Rangers. 34 games. .313 opponent batting average in July. Righties hitting .268 against him this season.
Who would have thought that by Jacob deGrom leaving the game that all of a sudden the Rangers would go into hitless mode? But their 3 relievers so far, Cole Winn, Tyler Alexander, and now they go to Peyton Gray, have not allowed any base runners through 8 batters after the Astros put up great at-bats against deGrom. Getting 7 hits, 5 walks, 1 intentional, and 5 runs on him in 3 1/3 innings. We'll try and get this member of the bullpen, Peyton Gray, as he's got an 0-2 count on Christian Walker. Walker has an infield hit and an RBI, his 64th run batted in of the year. He's also drawn a walk and scored a run, his 55th run scored of the year. That's here with a 1-2 count to lead off the bottom of the 7th. And that's off the end of the bat, but that's going to work down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Walker's going to head to second with a stand-up double. Walker now matching Yordan Alvarez with his team leading 21st double of the year.
Been on base 3 of the 4 at bats. Did a good job right here, just getting a little bit of a lazy changeup down and in. Did get a little bit quick, but a solid swing staying through the baseball, pulls that into that left field corner.
Everybody has been on base with the exception of the 4-hit guy who's at the plate now. Yainer Diaz, back-to-back 4-hit games, but 0 for 3 tonight. And a pitch up for a ball, 1-0. Everyone has a hit except for Yainer and Jose Altuve, but Altuve's drawn a couple of walks. Astros now up to 8 hits in the game, as Christian Walker, the first one, with a multi-hit game going. This one chopped to third. Walker won't be able to advance. Duran's throw is low, and a nice pick by Berger on that sidearm low throw. There's one away in the inning. For now, Jose Altuve, a couple of walks and a ground out tonight. Jose taps one in front of the plate. Making the play is Diaz. He's going to go to first to throw out Jose. On the play, Walker moves to third. He's there with 2 outs.
It's time to play Astros Trivia, powered by Reliant. Our question is, who is the only player who has hit 30-plus home runs in his career for both the Astros and Rangers? 30-plus home runs for both the Astros and Rangers. Astros Trivia, powered by Reliant.
Be a big 2-out run if Taylor Trammell could pick it up. Astros lead by a run here in the bottom of the 7th. Trammell misses the changeup, 0-1.
A lot of changeups to lefties from Gray. Get after it about 52% of the time with that changeup, and then he'll back it up with the 4-seam.
Taylor knocked in 2 with the bases loaded single in the 3rd inning. Hit one in between short and third against Jacob deGrom to score 2 runs. Now he'll take any kind of hit to bring in Christian Walker here. Give the Astros a 2-run lead. A little late on that fastball. It's 1-2. Brian Abreu is going to pitch the top half of the 8th inning. He continues to warm up in the Astros pen. Good take by Trammell. Blummer mentioned the changeups to lefties, and he saw that one down. It's 3-2. Gray debuted at almost 31 years old. He debuted earlier this season at age 30 and 325 days. Swing and a miss. That changeup worked. And the bullpen continues to pitch well for the Rangers. That is now 3 2/3 shutout innings. Leadoff double is stranded.
Order now for 50% off.
Time to reveal the winner of tonight's Chevy Stropole. Aside from the Yordan Alvarez trade 10 years ago today for Josh Fields, what's your favorite deadline deal of all time? And everybody loves the JV deal. Right at the wire in 2017, almost 70% of the vote. Baggy for Larry Anderson just gets 19% tonight, thanks to those who voted in tonight's Stropole. On we go to the 8th, and the Astros go to another reliever.
Yeah, Brian Abreu coming in, 4.74 is his ERA. His whip was around 1.5. Pretty good in his last 5 outings, going 5 innings of shutout baseball. Picking up 6 strikeouts in that time, as you see the overall numbers. I think that ring kind of pushes JV over the top in a big way in the trade situation. And it's also a trade that you will never see happen ever again in baseball. That waiver deadline.
Astros getting Justin Verlander literally at the last possible second of the season. And he would win ALCS MVP. Nice hands by Paredes. Almost expect him to make all those short hop picks cleanly, which he does here for the first out.
Well, Isak playing in. It's our All-State good hands replays. Playing in, you can see that. So he got a great read on that ball and just picked up the short hop and flipped it across the diamond for the easy out.
Isak lost the ball in the lights last night.
That happens at third base here, because the light standards above the first base side are right, and they're lower here at Daikin Park. I've had issues with that before they put in these LEDs, and now they're just mega bright. And unfortunately, sometimes you play it right into the lights, and it makes it really tough. Not a good feeling.
No, can't imagine. Isak's been really good at third. Back-to-back seasons for the Astros. This ball looped the other way. Zach DeZenzo came in, and now he moves back a step or two. Alejandro Osuna retired for the second out of the inning. Elias Diaz, who made it a one-run game with a home run the other way against Enyel De Los Santos, now bats with 2 outs and the base is empty. First pitch up for a ball, 1-0. That was the cutter. Cutter's been a key pitch for Abreu after starting the year without great command of either his fastball or his slider. Seemed like that tweener pitch, the cutter, has got him back on top of both the slider and the fastball command.
Yeah, pretty impressive to be able to make that mid-season adjustment, but I think we were kind of that point where Brian Abreu was searching. Unfortunately, found that cutter. Kind of lost the velocity on the fastball early middle part of the season, but he's got that velocity back now at 98.6. Woo. I think even Abreu knew that ball jumped out of his hand. Almost looked like it sped up halfway to the plate.
That was nice. One and two, the count to Diaz. That was only the third pitch for Brian Abreu this season that has registered at 99.
Wow.
That's probably why you saw his reaction. How did that happen? That was a firm fastball. Now trying to get Diaz here to end the inning. Diaz continues to spoil 2 strike pitches. He's a guy that will chase, 40.3% chase, which is the highest by far on this lineup.
You just got to figure out how far off the plate you can get to get the whiff, because it feels like if he feels like he can get the bat to it, he's sure going to try. There you go.
That's going to be a swing. Diaz down on strikes to end the inning. And the Astros are going to head to the bottom of the 8th with a 1-run lead. 1-2-3 inning for Brian Abreu.
Let's answer our Astros trivia question, powered by Reliant. The only player who has hit 30-plus home runs in his career for both the Astros and Rangers, and that Astro is, how about it, Carl Everett. 40 with Houston and 34 with Texas.
How about it?
He was teammates with Carl back in 2005. Chicago White Sox ball club. Still get to see him every once in a while, too. But I didn't realize he was going to be the guy. But the guy now is Chase Silseth. Talked about him pitching with the Angels and coming over during that series against the Astros. So plenty of experience for these Astro hitters against Chase. Overall in the season, good numbers, 2.72 ERA, 48 strikeouts and 39 2/3 for Chase.
Cam Smith, the first batter he will face. First pitch he throws in a Rangers uniform is off the plate for ball 1. Silseth faced 4 batters on Monday against the Astros. Then he was traded to the Rangers on Wednesday, and now he makes his Rangers debut on a Saturday. And he'll face Cam Smith. Lamont Wade Jr. has been lifted from the game. Zach DeZenzo bats behind Cam. And then Jeremy Pena, 3 righties. If it goes beyond that, Jordan will get a 5th plate appearance. Pretty good sweeper for a strike. Started it at Cam and broke it over. It's 1-2. Astros have their closer, Josh Hader, warming up. Rangers have the 9-1 and 2 hitters due up in their 9th inning. Pitch down, 2-2. It was Silseth and Logan O'Hoppe coming over in a 2-for-1 deal, with the Angels getting a young infielder, 19-year-old Angel Arredondo. Pretty good take by Cam on a couple of pitches down, and now he's worked to a full count. That ball hit well into left, but it stays up for Wyatt Langford, who puts it away. Cam lines out for the first out of the 8th.
What's on Tap is presented by Lawnmower Blonde. Best records against teams that are 500 or better. The Astros on this list at 31-19. That's a .620 winning percentage behind the Milwaukee Brewers. Just ahead of the Atlanta Braves and Los Angeles Dodgers. That is a good number for the Astros that they've carried throughout the course of the season. They seem to play up to the competition.
Zach DeZenzo came on as a pinch hitter in the 5th. He's going to get a second at bat. Zach struck out against the lefty Tyler Alexander, now facing the righty Chase Silseth. One and 1 to count. Silseth moving from the basement in the American League West all the way to the top. At the time when he became a Ranger, they were in first place. Now they're a half game back of the Astros. Angels continue on with the worst record in all of baseball, starting the night at 42-68. Zenzo down on strikes. That'll be the first strikeout for Silseth in a Rangers uniform, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Now a word from Taqueria Cervantes.
Jeremy, and what does winning taste like? It's like going to your favorite spot. You just know. And when it's Taqueria Arandas, always a home run.
Well, Jeremy Pena kept his hitting streak alive with a double in the 4th inning. He would come in to score. Now up to a 13-game hitting streak. And the pitch is down to JP for a ball, 1-0. Another big crowd, 38,461 after over 36,000 last night. Oh, nice soccer move by Jordan there on that loose ball.
He can do anything.
That ball hit pretty well to right, backing up Osuna. He's at the wall. He's going to jump for it. That ball's in play somehow. He highlined that back into play, and Pena's going to end up with a triple head first slide. Just missing a home run. Osuna, off the top of the webbing of his glove, brought it back into play.
I can't wait to see this on replay. Somehow he was able to rip that ball out of the stands and bring it back. Fans watching it here, but as he leaps, it's in the glove, and as he comes back in play, it shoots out of the glove for a triple.
Crew chief review of a possible home run. The ruling on the field is the ball was in play.
That is incredible. I've never seen anything like that. JP3 cooking out of the box, gets into third base. Jordan just waiting to be intentionally walked.
Looked like the highlight cesta that flung the ball back in. Jake.
The call on the field is confirmed. The ball is live and in play. Third base.
That's a triple for Jeremy, his first of the year, and Jordan is looking into Skip Schumacher to see if he's going to get the hit, and I would doubt it, he would. But for now, they haven't pointed to first base. Now they will. Shohei Ohtani has been intentionally walked 14 times. Jordan with 2 more intentional walks tonight. Major League leader at 22, 8 more than Shohei.
Astro fans are going to have to get used to this down the stretch. If there's playing a team that has any game of consequence, they're going to walk him.
That's former closer Roberto Osuna's younger brother Alejandro Osuna, who's out there, and Pena's like, you killed me on that home run save. Pretty good play. 5 of the 22 intentional walks this year have come from the Rangers, and Isak trying to make them pay, but a little too quick. Love that Pena didn't take it for granted either. He was hustling the whole way.
No.
Shows a love and insurance run here. This rally started with 2 outs and nobody on, a triple and an intentional walk, and now Isak with an 0-1 count. Now he's down to the count 0-2.
Got him.
Isak said, hey, I might have been hit by a pitch, and Adam Hammery, the home plate umpire, agrees with him. That's a hit by pitch on an 0-2 count. And that'll load up the bases.
Seen that before with the elbow guard of Isak. Just clipping it. Definitely hurt it. Looks like they're going to challenge it.
He lost an earlier challenge.
This is a hit by pitch. This is a crew chief review.
But you are allowed to ask for a crew chief review even when you're out of challenges in a big play late in the game. We're going to hear it without talking over it. Yeah, it's going to be tough to overturn that. You can hear the clip. 16 hit by pitches for Isak. Christian,
don't mind them when they're like that, just clipping the elbow pad.
Christian Walker is going to get his second at bat of the night with the bases loaded. He had an infield single for a 4-3 lead back in the 4th. And he will bat here with Pena on third, Alvarez on second, and Paredes on first. Need absolute clear and convincing evidence that that did not hit the elbow pad. It's going to be hard to overturn. Basically, you would think almost impossible to overturn that, especially with the audio we have.
Yeah, well, do they listen to the sound?
I don't know. I would think so. It's a good question.
Because if they just go strictly off the video, you could maybe, if He looked away as the ball hit the pad. Say it didn't hit him.
Here we go.
The call on the field stands. The runner is hit by the pitch. First base.
So now base is filled with Astros, and Christian Walker will have to wait as the pitching coach has come out to have a word with his new reliever, Chase Silseth.
And flag on the play for delay of game coming out after the replay review. Love a little bit more of that two-out lightning that the Astros have been able to bring this season, especially right here. Just to add one more, if not more, runs on the board.
First-year pitching coach Jordan Teagues having a last word for Silseth, and now he'll face Christian Walker. Walker's faced Silseth twice this year with the Angels. He has a double and a strikeout in his 2 at-bats. Then on base the last 3 times with a walk, a bases loaded infield single, and a double his last time. And he takes a first pitch heater for a strike, 0-1.
Oh man, is he okay?
Walker down at the plate after swinging through that pitch. Joe Espada quickly out to check on him.
That was weird. Watch the back leg. Turn and then just collapses on that back side. That was weird. See him trying to stretch out his right calf now, maybe. Talked him out of it.
No swing on a pitch down, 1-2. Christian with that infield hit earlier tonight with the bases loaded. Now 3 for 10 in bases loaded situations on the year. That's wide, 2-2. Hit one to the first base side that Jock Peterson knocked down but couldn't make the play. Peterson lifted in the game for a pinch hitter after playing his 5th game of the year for the Rangers at first base. A regular first baseman in there now, Jake Berger. Walker down on strikes, 96 at the top of the zone getting Christian. Astros strand 3. They will head to the 9th with a 5-4 lead. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Michelob Zero. Make a plan to get home safe. A reminder from your friends at Silver Eagle Distributors, Houston. Buy rooms to go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item, every day. And by Texas Children's. Defensive changes for the Astros. Lucas Spence is going to come into the game, and he's going to play center field, moving Taylor Trammell from center to left. Nick Allen replaces Jose Altuve at second as a new defensive alignment for the closer for the Astros.
Yeah, Josh Hader into this ball game, having a chat with Yainer Diaz. They're going to be dealing with a pinch hitter. But he has been very good. 14 of 14 in those save opportunities. 1.23 is ERA, and his whip below 1. 33 punch in just 22 innings for Josh Hader.
Justin Foscue will be the pinch hitter for Nicky Lopez to start the inning. It'll be Foscue, Jake Berger, and Wyatt Langford, 3 righties for the Rangers. First pitch swinging is Foscue, and he pops one up. The new second baseman, Nick Allen, puts it away. 1 pitch and 1 out. Our next telecast is presented by Kaplan Sinus Relief. It'll be tomorrow afternoon, a day game here to wrap up this 3-game series. Peter Lambert on the mound for the Astros against Kumar Rocker. Will be on the air at 12:30 for a 1:10 first pitch. Lambert gets the start tomorrow for the Astros. Well, Jake Berger, who flied out to center field on the only pitch he saw from Steven Okert as a pinch hitter in the 6th, takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Well placed by Hader.
Yeah, that was filthy. Berger likes to rage early on those fastballs, but he got a nice little slider catching that outside corner to start his AB.
Pitch down and in on check swing. It's 1-1. Astros with a 1-run lead. With 1 out in the 9th and nobody on, and a 2-1 count to Jake Berger. On the ground, 1 big hop. Isaac Paredes takes his time and throws a strike. And there's 2 away in the 9th. Astros trying to match a season-high 5-game winning streak. And they're also trying to push the Rangers to a season-high tying 4-game losing streak. Hader will face Wyatt Langford, who has a home run tonight and 4 at-bats. This is the first pitch fastball, 0-1. $38,461. Hardly any of them sitting here on a Saturday at Daikin Park.
It's good to see this happening again in this ballpark.
Strike at the top of the zone is going to be challenged. Both teams have 2 ABS challenges remaining. ABS powered by T-Mobile. And Wyatt Langford is going to win this challenge.
Texas has 2 left.
Two and 1 the count to Langford. Now the Rangers down to their final strike.
Nice little slider right there from Hader. Kind of backed up a little bit and had Langford way out in front.
Astros have taken the first 2 games this weekend from the Rangers. They have won 5 in a row and 10 out of 11 and lead the AL West by a game and a half. The run continues, Blummer.
As they like to say, it's inevitable. And they've taken first place away from the Texas Rangers on their home turf. Continue their dominance within the state and continue their dominance in the American League West. Astros baseball.
Post-game show presented by Whataburger features Shelby Coppage and Brian Bogusevic as your host. Julian Morales helping out with interviews in the clubhouse and on the field. Post-game show starts next.
Music's always been a part of my life. I love music. Like a song always kind of brings you back.